my dear sister, and my mind takes me back to when we were kids, playing in the hot sun and in the sand, making roads with our hands so we could play with our cars and horses on them. And late at night, we would take paper and cut out trees and houses and people and tape them on the sliding glass door. And we would eat crackers and jalapenos. The times were fun and full of child's play. I miss you, Johnna. I miss your face. I miss your giggle. I love you so much. It was too soon.
Aunt Johnna, I wish I could tell you I love you one more time. Stayed longer last time I seen you. Hugged you longer. I wish I could have made you laugh one more time to see you smile. I will forever keep you in my heart. I love and miss you so much.
Thinking about my sister Johnna. So many things come to mind, but in particularly how when we were children, Johnna was a teenager and she always had to take care of me and my younger brother Miles. And Johnna once told me that during that time that she did have to take care of us or babysit us, she would take us everywhere that she went, to the beach, to the zoo, to Balboa Park, swimming, you name it. We were usually not far behind her. And she told me once that she really didn't mind doing that because we were never a problem. We never gave her any issues. She said we were always so good. And then we got older and I moved to Dallas and Johnna moved back to Yuma, and then years went on, and then she asked me if I'd move back home to San Diego, and I told her I would, and she invited me to live with her and Bailey and Jennifer, and that was the best time of my life because I got to be a part of their family and I got to get to know Jennifer and Bailey. We had so much fun. We would have movie night and we'd make pallets on the floor and get, snacks and stuff, and we'd watch movies, and then also we went to the beach a lot, and it was awesome. I'm so thankful and grateful that I got to spend that time with them in that way. And I got to get to know my nieces and my sister. I love you, Johnna, and I'm going to miss you so much.
Music can tell a story. I believe we live through it, we feel, we laugh, we cry. It represents a place and time. My mom loved her music. It was so diverse, the collection of music she listened to. And now when I hear a song, I can tell you where we were. In my mind, it's like a flashback, a flood of memories from a Mercury on a canal, Texas, Utah, Yuma, and my mom was so full of life. From everything she did in her world, she was very adventurous. If you knew my mom, she didn't sit for very long or stay in one place. That explains where Bay and I get it from. She lived fast, had a wild side, but she had amazing grace, and she stood tall for everything she ever felt or anybody she ever loved. She defended them. From my youngest memory, when we moved to San Diego, we didn't have much or anything, but my mom was so prideful, and the fact that we had a 2-bedroom apartment. She worked so hard for me and my sister. She worked 2 jobs, went to school at ITT Tech, graduated, and started a career. I remember one night, my sister and we cooked her dinner. It wasn't the best dinner. the potatoes were so lumpy, and God knows they probably weren't done. But we made our Salisbury steak and potatoes that night, and we sat at our boxes that we had folded upside down with the tablecloth. And my mom told us, we were sitting Indian style, and it was luxury. And at that time, we had it all when we didn't have much, and it was just a cardboard box table. And she was so outgoing. She rollerbladed constantly, always at the beach. And every weekend, that's where we spent our time, was at the beach. If it wasn't at the beach, it was in the mountains. She was just so adventurous in everything that she did. She amazes me with how much she has done in her life. And that signifies a lot, because if you look at my sister and I, we are very successful. We strive for our children, and we do everything that woman ever taught us to do. And I'm so proud to carry that with me. Because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't know this. Without her, our children wouldn't know Saturday morning with music and vacuums going. Because let me tell you a great story. We would wake up on Saturday morning to the sound of Tony Braxton and these ridiculous weights on my mom's ankles and this step that she used to do with her workouts. And we'd make fun of her. And she'd tell us to get our asses out of the house. It's just, it was so hilarious. She loved every minute of her routine and everything she ever did. What was even more incredible was the amount of love that she had for my sister and I. Life wasn't always easy, and I think all of us can agree that it never really is. We've had our ups and downs, but the one thing my mom has always done is first and foremost protect us. She instilled values in us that I can't even give words to what she did. And what's crazy is she never missed a volleyball game for my sister. She never missed a basketball game. I remember vividly one day on our way to school, I begged my mom to stay home. I told her we could do whatever she wanted if she didn't go to school and I didn't go to school. If she wasn't gone, I'd probably be laughing and telling you more about this story. It's a little hard. But the most incredible part was I almost convinced her to stay home with me, to ditch school with me. And that was incredible. I almost convinced her to stay home with me, to ditch school with me. And that was incredible. My mom has said to me, I knew when I had you, I would never be alone again. I never fully understood what that meant until I had a daughter of my own. And when I have bad days, I tell my 4-year-old I'm not feeling very well. And she will say to me, it's okay, I'm here. Until I had that moment and have had that moment, now I know exactly what my mom means. I can't sum up in 5 minutes how I feel about my mother, but not for a second could anybody ever doubt how much I love her and what she meant to me and my sister. This has been a very hard road. I never thought it would be this hard. I thought we had prepared ourselves. But I don't think you fully ever do that until the moment you know You're never going to hear from them again. I love you, Mom, so much. You're my world. Thank you so much for what you've done for me and my sister. My mom asked me in August if we could have a party to celebrate her 2 years of living with cancer. And we were supposed to have that party, but she got sick. So today, we are here to celebrate her 2 years of fighting with cancer and the shrinking of cancer and the thrive that she had because it was shrinking. Thank you for spending this celebration of life with us. Thank you for being here for my mom, because it means a lot to me and my sister. And any stories you have to tell, we'd love to hear. And I promise you, my sister and I have some that will make you laugh, some that will make you cry, and some that we will just say, yep, that was Johnna. Thank you so much for being here for us. Thank you, everybody.
My fondest memory of Mom is when Jen, Mom, and I finally got our own apartment for the first time in El Cajon. I remember how proud my mom was and how excited I was that we were going to be together for good now. We had next to nothing when we moved in, but it immediately felt like home. One day, Jen and I were playing outside and we saw a perfectly good table put by the dumpster. We dragged it in, cleaned it off, and presented it to Mom when she came home that day. I don't think I had ever seen her smile so big before. Mom's smile was always the best thing in the world. Mom and I bonded the most over music. She is the reason I have such great taste. She introduced me to all the best classic rock bands. On a good night, you could get Mom to belt out some Janis Joplin tunes. I was always so mesmerized at how much she sounded just like Janis. That's where my obsession over Janis Joplin came from. Sometimes we would drive around San Diego just to listen to the music. My favorite times in the world were when Mom and Jimmy would take us to the beach all day. We would pack up and leave at 7 a.m. and not come home until after the sun went down. I always remember how loving Jimmy was with Mom, how protective he was over her, and I hope that they have been able to find each other now. The beach was always Mom's and mine's favorite place to go. We would go to just walk the beach and collect sand dollars. Mom used to love to watch the tiny birds run. After my first real breakup with my first boyfriend, she took me to the beach for a therapy walk. Speaking of boyfriends, every single time I introduced one to Mom, she would immediately warn them and threaten their life if they hurt me. She was always trying to protect us, even when we lived behind the VFW. It didn't matter where we were, she always made it feel like home. When it was time for me to get married, I remember Mom asking me if she could walk me down the aisle, as if there could be anyone else on the planet I would want. I held onto her so tight and begged her not to let me fall, and her response was, "Why would you wear high heels in the sand?" Her and I shared the same sense of humor, or sarcasm as my husband would call it. We understood each other's sarcasm though. If you know Johnna, you know the strength she carried. She has faced a lot of heartbreak and bad luck in her life, but never let any of that drag her down. Even when the oncologist told her the bad news, she was more determined than ever before to kick cancer's ass. Well, Mom, you did just that. She will always be the strongest person I know. I hope that I can be half as strong as she is. It's always been just the three of us, and it will always be. I had found this poem that I thought perfectly represented Mom, so I'm going to share that with you now. It's called Butterfly Kisses. Don't cry for me. Please don't be sad. Hold on to the memories of the times we both had. Don't dwell on the dark thoughts. Hold on tight to your wishes. Sending you hugs and butterfly kisses. I walk beside you. I am there all day long. I am right here, but you think I am gone. You don't see me, but I can see you. Whatever the problems, I will help you get through. I am the wind in your hair, the sand in your toes, butterfly kisses that fill that you feel on your nose. I am with you at sunrise and in sunset, but you can't see me, and that's my one regret. I sit right beside you when you are sad as you look through the photos of times we both had. I watch you sleeping, I hold you so tight. Before I go, I kiss you goodnight. I will watch over you from heaven above, hold on to your dreams and all your wishes, sending you hugs and butterfly kisses.
Hi, Mom. There are 3 things I'll always remember about you. 1, that I always made you laugh with my goofy comments, and you gave me a genuine laugh every time. 2 is that you always preferred shopping with me. You always said how Bay and Jen never let you buy anything, but I always said, no, more can fit in the cart. Keep going. And I think the last thing I'll remember is that the very first time I met you, you threatened my life, just like Bay said you would. And according to Bay, I was the only one that ever actually took that to heart. And I hope that I've made you proud with your daughter. And I thank you for trusting me with her. And I'm going to miss you.
Mima always gave the best Christmas gift. Christmas was always fun at Mima's house. I love her so much. I miss her a lot. I liked your hugs, and every Christmas you give us the best gift of Christmas, and your kindness and love that you brought to us meant a lot to me. Mima, I love you.
Mima, my mom, and I used to go shopping and walking on the beach. I used to love going to her place for Christmas Eve. We would talk to me and open presents. She got me my guitar. She got me my guitar. She's the reason why I like playing guitar. I miss her so much.